Hey guys, welcome back and welcome to the Cotswolds. We are at the Hidcote Gardens here in the countryside. I have been dreaming about coming to this garden for as long as I can remember. I cannot wait to walk through with you guys, take in all of the beautiful plants, the flowers, the landscape, the lavender, and everything in between. This garden was created in the early 1900s by an American gardener, Lawrence Johnson. Hidcote is known for its series of garden rooms, so intimate spaces shaped by hedges, stone walls, bursts of color. It was also inspired by the arts and crafts movement. Each room offers its own mood, structure, and seasonal beauty, which I think is why I'm so excited just to explore all of the different garden rooms that this garden has. Johnson traveled the world collecting rare plants, many of which found their first home right here, the famous Hidcote blue lavender. This is where it all began. Since 1948, Hidcote has been cared for by the National Trust and continues to inspire gardeners around the world. Walking through it today is like stepping through a living painting, timeless, elegant, and always evolving. I cannot wait. When you enter, you are going to be coming right into their little garden center, and you can pick up plants, the famous lavender, of course, and a bunch of little treasures can be found over here. Right here is the little courtyard, and there's a greenhouse right here in the center, but just pay attention to this really beautiful layout. And there's just so much history in this garden. I mean, the stone walls, all of the beautiful roofs, the buildings, the structure, everything is just so stunning and magical. We're going to enter the garden through here. And just the drive up was so beautiful. Oh my gosh. This is going to be insane. I can already tell you, my little heart is woo, so excited.
Okay, guys, I'm worried that you might not get Claudia back in her garden. She will not go back.
This is insane. Okay, ready? Hi, I live here. Come on in. What a beautiful courtyard. And this is the type of thing that I love in these gardens. Just little hidden treasures like that little water feature forked by some laurels. So stunning. My actual dream garden. Look at this, you guys. You can tell they're preparing these beds for some summer crops. Next display coming soon. Look at this view. Wow. I'm so happy that we came when it's still lilac season. Look at that. Beautiful. There's so much formality in this garden. And already you can start to see the different garden rooms that was created. Look at this. Oh my gosh. You're kidding. Wow. This is so stunning. Look at all of the alliums. This is what I mean. I've been talking about alliums. I think we're all going to be planting up way more of these in our garden because they make such an impact. Beautiful geraniums, Bernera. Look at how nice this looks. It's mixing in a little bit of formality, a little bit of cottage garden. It's all working so well. Looks like they're just doing some repairs over here. Look at how gorgeous. And look, you can see right through all the way to the other end of the garden. I love the Solomon seal kind of coming through into the pathway. Wow. Look at those beautiful peonies. Such a pop of color. And just look again at this garden room. I think what makes a lot of these gardens just even more magnificent is all of the stone walls. There's just something so special about that and something I dream about having one day. Look at this view down here. My goodness. So many layers, so many textures. The lavenders are coming in. Wow. Look at the sea of alliums in this cottage garden room right here. Beautiful. And oh my goodness, all of the foxglove too. You can still see some of them blooming. A lot of them have faded already. There's something so romantic about being in a garden like this, especially with all of the pinks and the purple flowers and the yellows and the whites. And then the wind is blowing and then everything is just planted so densely. And that is something that I really want to keep in mind because I am somebody that likes to plant densely. And this is exactly the outcome that I want for my garden. There are spots in the garden that I want to keep it nice and open and have gaps in between plants and so you can see a little bit of the mulch. However, there's just nothing that replaces having things planted densely like this. And you just get this like picturesque painting in your own garden. And that is always the goal that I have in mind when I'm creating a new space. You can see there's just so many little things coming into bloom. Everything is budded up. I can only imagine this garden just looking so different throughout the year, but always having color. And that I think is something that we all strive for in our garden, is to have color and texture and flowers all seasons in the garden. Oh, the water feature. Holy cow. I actually really love this garden room. There's not a ton blooming in here, but there's something calming about having a space that doesn't have a ton of flowers, which I know is so odd for me to say, that is really calming to the eye, because your eyes don't need to be on flowers all of the time in order for it to have an impact. We're right underneath a dogwood, which is just kind of done flowering, so it's fading a little bit. And I do see some other things that are going to start blooming. But even here with all of the greenery, there's still a lot of texture. The hostas, gosh, there's just so many things around us right here. And just a little bit of flowers in between. So again, even having that break in all of the flowers that we, love to have in our garden and enjoy all of the colors, it's okay to have spaces that is just a little bit more calming, a little less flowers, and a focus on foliage and texture. What do you like about the garden so far? Everything?
I don't know. I really don't know where to begin. I'm a very simple type of, you know me, how I am. Okay.
Yep.
I don't like like too dense or anything, but this is well done. I mean, you have the perfect combination of everything. It's like everything that I love is here.
Right.
Um,
Except some of the evergreens.
you know what? I'm willing to give them up.
Oh,
Trust me,
okay.
I'm willing to give them up. This is crazy. I'm kind of curious how it will look in the wintertime, but it's just, I don't know why. Like, I just want to live in here, like shrink myself down to like fairy size and live in my own magic garden.
We all want to be fairies in somebody's garden. All right, guys, that will wrap it up for today's garden tour. I am so happy that I got to bring you guys inside of this beautiful garden. There's a lot of takeaways for me, one of them being creating different garden rooms. I think that is such a great way to have different types of gardens, so you can have a little bit more of a formal garden, a little bit more of a cottage garden, find a way to marry them, but also break them up into different garden rooms. Obviously, I would love to grow these hedges of beech trees. Gosh, there's so many different types of plant material that they're using as hedging here. Definitely want to make mental notes of that for in our future garden, what we can do and what we can create. And also having repeating plants throughout the garden just to tie everything in together, and also having water in the garden. I've noticed like every little area we walk to, there's some sort of water, whether it's like a fountain or a little, gosh, what did they call troughs with water, and just like a little drip, drip, drip. It's so soothing, and it doesn't have to be like this spectacular fountain in order for it to make an impact. Just some sort of water feature in your garden makes a world of a difference. And now I want to go home and get a water feature immediately. So open to suggestions. I have some ideas, but either way, it was such an important element in these gardens today. We have a few other gardens that we're going to be visiting. Hopefully those are going to be a little bit quicker paced because there's so much to cover, and I could probably spend hours and hours just filming this garden and talking about every single plant, the layering, why they probably use this over here versus over there. Anyways, we could get into all of that, but really this is all about taking it in, taking in the inspiration, and then try to recreate some of the inspiration that we see in England back in our own gardens at home. So anyways, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today in Surrogate in this beautiful garden, and I will see you guys in our next video. Bye-bye.